You wake up, you commute, you do the work, you go home. It is a sterile rhythm that keeps you alive, but somewhere along the way, the volume on your actual life got turned completely down. There is a specific kind of quiet frustration that comes from knowing you have a massive reserve of untapped potential, yet finding yourself completely paralyzed when it comes to putting it to use. You feel stuck in neutral. Notice how often we treat raw ambition as a personality flaw. We've been conditioned to view the urge to conquer our circumstances as something suspicious, a trait that needs to be tempered or hidden so we don't appear greedy to the people around us. We swapped out our internal fire for the safe choice. We learned to sit quietly and wait for permission from a society that strongly prefers us to not make a fuss. Thousands of years ago, the narrative was entirely different. The Rigveda, India's oldest religious document, records an era where desire was considered sacred. This visualization breaks the text down into 10 specific layers, or mandalas. When we isolate the oldest, foundational core, chapters 2 through 7, we don't find quiet meditations. We find the raw, unedited journal of a conquering people. The central figure of this ancient core is Indra. In his original form, he is an active warrior king and the pure embodiment of the human will to win. The tribes who composed these texts didn't pray for passive peace. They actively conducted rituals specifically to secure military dominance, victory in battle, and deep material wealth. In this foundational era, wanting to be the greatest wasn't a sin. Instead, it was the engine of civilization. But as the culture aged, new layers were added to the texts, and this primal energy of action was intentionally phased out. Now, the once revered conqueror was systematically rewritten. Later stories depicted Indra as trapped by his own ego, turning him into a flawed, subservient character to be mocked. The culture shifted its focus entirely towards stillness and cosmic order. Now, the ideal became a quiet acceptance of fate, replacing the urge to shape one's own destiny. There is a profound beauty in this evolution. Seeking ultimate spiritual unity and harmony is a highly noble endeavor. Yet, to protect that hard-won peace, society engaged in a massive overcorrection. The raw, chaotic energy of desire became taboo. By striving so hard to perfect our spiritual passivity, we assimilated our warriors into monks, making the very instinct to strive feel like a moral failure. When we map this historical pivot onto our modern lives, the source of our hesitation becomes clearer. We are still reacting to that cultural shift, feeling a sense of internal friction whenever we try to act with pure, unhesitating drive. We practice false humility, shrinking our ambitions to make everyone around us more comfortable. But as we've seen, this is a choice we made to preserve order, not an inherent law of nature. It is time to resurrect that forgotten king within yourself and reclaim the raw drive that built the ancient world. Reclaiming this fire isn't about arrogance. It's about recognizing your own agency, the understanding that your capacity to choose and act is the only thing that actually builds a reality worth living in. Wanting to be great is a noble pursuit. Desire is the necessary fuel for any meaningful creation. You do not have to passively accept the reality you were handed. You have the ancient right to actively conquer and shape it. This is the next you.